Guys, the magazine just came in. It's the most expensive magazine on the market right now. I'll tell you why it's the most expensive in a second. Just walking in here, we are on, if you guys don't know me, I live in Austin, Texas. It is super hot today, so I'm heading over here to the pool house, which is one of my favorite spots to work in the morning. But listen, it's the most expensive magazine in the world because I have interviewed thousands of founders of companies and tried to decode what makes the ones successful. You know, Yuan I've had on the show many times. He just IPO'd. I just had a CEO file to IPO. I also have a lot of them that have failed completely. So the question is, what's the number one mistake founders make when they're launching their company? The first is you set the wrong price point. Here's what I mean by that. And I'm actually going to go over here and grab my magazine because there's a chart in here where we talk about this. But you have to ask yourself, if you set a price point at $10 a month and you want to build $1 million, right, software company, you've got to be able to find, right, 8,300 people that will pay $10 a month to build $1 million company. Or let's say you're going to charge, $10,000 a year right at the start. Well, then you have to sign up 830 people at that price point, or 83, to build $1 million a year business. But a lot of people don't ask themselves, at this price point, are there enough customers willing to pay to make this a big business? And so the difference between 10 customers paying $1,000 or 1 million customers paying $10 and all these ratios, you really have to understand. And so I interviewed all these SaaS CEOs. I'm flipping through my book right now. I interviewed a bunch of these SaaS CEOs and actually put this stuff in a chart, right? In many charts in this magazine. Now you can see here what that chart looks like. It's all printed out like a big Excel sheet. Their revenue, how much they charge on day one, how they got their first customers. And so this is what the magazine looks like. It's a big success. Thousands of software CEOs and brand new founders are reading it and they say, Nathan, we have such an unfair advantage when we start reading the data you're publishing from your interviews. We finally know how to set the right price point on day one. We know how to get our first 100 customers. In fact, one of them in here, I'm going to go in the book real quick. We did this interview with one of these CEOs that's now building a big company. They just filed to potentially go public. Here it is, exactly CEO Chris Cabrera. He knows basically how to set up his cap table on day one, when to hire his first salesperson, how many SDRs do you need per account executive to fill up your schedule. So anyways, we put all this in the magazine, and I know it sounds complex here on YouTube, but ultimately you have to actually dig in and study all the charts that we publish to really understand how all of this works. So I'm selling the magazine for $29 today. You can also get the Excel version of the magazine, so you can actually sort through all of the data yourself in Excel format. And it's really valuable to kind of filter and sort by other companies that are your stage, so that are just starting. You can see how they got their first 100 customers, whether it was a product hunt launch or a Quora ad or a Facebook ad or an email partnership or an affiliate program they launched, and which affiliate drove the most sales. There's hundreds of ways to get your first 100 customers and launch your company the right way. And I want you guys to have all that data. So listen, I've got to send this stuff to the shippers here soon because these actually will show up on your doorstep. So I have to send the big Excel sheet with all the addresses to my printer in Michigan by the end of this week. So I want you guys to grab a copy today so you don't miss out. $29 plus the Excel file. You're going to learn a lot. How to launch your company the right way. Avoid the 99 mistakes and do the one thing you've got to do right the right way, using all the feedback I've collected from my hundreds and hundreds of CEO interviews with other SaaS CEOs. So enjoy it. I hope to see you there. Click the button right now to grab the magazine.